G'day and welcome. This is 20 simple tricks that will help you improve your rank. It's my guide to all new players and those struggling to get out of bronze, silver and even low gold. Number 1. Don't idle your town centre. Your town centre is your villager production hub, and idling it is like letting your economy take a nap. Always queue up villagers. Every second it's not making one is wasted potential, and it costs you more the longer the game goes on. Just 20 seconds of idle time means you're behind a whole villager, whatever resources it could have collected for the rest of the game. 10 minutes later, and that 20-second break has cost you 350 resources. After 20 minutes, it's 750. I've seen new players stop making vills so they can age up faster, and let me tell you now, it's always a bad idea. Number 2. Make lots of villagers. Aim for around 120 villagers in longer games. This ensures your economy can sustain unit production and tech upgrades. Don't stop unless you're maxed out. You always have the option of deleting unneeded villagers later if required. Even then, it's usually better to have a smaller army with more upgrades and that you can afford to replenish immediately, and to have a larger one that will take you a long time to replace. In a battle of attrition, the better eco wins. Number 3. Basic scouting. Send your scout out immediately to find sheep, enemy bases and key resources. For most civs and strategies, you'll want to bring the sheep back to your base by about the 3-minute mark to keep your economy alive. It varies by map, but generally you can either send your scout directly to the middle of the map and then loop back to your base in a circle, or send it to the enemy base, loop around theirs, and then come back along an alternate path. Try to watch your scout as much as possible, but it's okay if you don't have the attention or the APM to spare. Check it when you can, and know that you'll improve with practice. Do your best to keep the scout active. Once you're getting up to feudal, you'll want to check what the enemy is up to so you don't get caught unaware. Number 4. Garrison. When under attack, garrison your villagers inside your town centre or other defensive buildings. This is one where you'll want to memorise the hotkey. G is the default for villagers to seek shelter. They'll be safe and even shoot arrows from the building. Use this as a quick way to protect your economy from raids. As standard, you can fit 15 into your landmark TC, 8 into a secondary TC, and 5 into outposts. The arrows fired while garrison benefit from blacksmith ranged attack upgrades. Number 5. Play the tutorial and campaign. It's tempting to jump straight into multiplayer, because that's where all the fun happens. But the campaign teaches core mechanics, unique civ abilities, and game pacing in a structured way. It's like practice with a storyline, perfect for new players, and it'll teach you the basics you need to learn before you start playing against real people. Number 6. Don't research technologies needlessly. Tech upgrades are powerful, but resources are limited, especially early on. Don't grab every tech as soon as it's available. Focus on what you need for your strategy. For example, don't get blacksmith upgrades if you're not training military yet. And if you only have archers, then a melee attack upgrade won't do you any good. Number 7. Collect relics and capture sacred sites. Once you reach the castle age, monks can gather relics and place them inside monasteries to generate 80 gold per minute passively, an incredible long-term boost. The map will have 3 relics plus 1 more for each player in the game. Remember, each one is not only resources for you, but also resources that you've denied your opponent. Sacred sites also provide 100 gold per minute and can lead to a sacred victory if all are held uncontested for 10 minutes. Stand your monk on a sacred site to claim it for your team. It varies by map, but you can expect between 1 and 3 to be present. Check the UI in the top left of your screen to see how many and who they are controlled by. Number 8. Spend your resources. Like in the real world, resources hidden under your mattress earn nothing, whereas if you invest it, you can have it earn you even more. Loading 1,000 food and gold is a sign you're behind on military or tech. A player who spends their resources on eco-techs will be collecting more per minute than someone who didn't, and thus scale better into the late game. And a player who spent it on an army will be able to defeat a player who is holding it in reserve before they can convert it into an army of their own. Always spend your resources to keep your economy efficient, whether it's villages, army, tech, or buildings. Don't hoard. 9. Learn a build order to feudal age. A solid feudal build order sets your game up for success. Learn a basic build to efficiently get you through the first few minutes. Failing to do so can cost you map control, resources, and gives your opponent the opportunity to attack first. Getting to feudal around 4 to 4.5 minutes is a good benchmark. Number 10. Take food from the map. Having to build farms early is a huge expense that makes you vulnerable to an opponent who has spent the resources on an army instead. So collecting map resources is vital to give you an edge in the early and mid game. But not all food sources are made equal. Deep sea fish is the fastest but can only be collected by boats. Shoreline fish are the fastest for villagers, followed by boar and then deer. Though this comes with risks as all three require you to send villagers out onto the map. Use outposts to give you vision and allow villagers to garrison if the enemy shows up. Sheep are safer since you can bring them back to your base, but gather more slowly. And for most civs, berries are the slowest, even slower than farms. Though Delhi, Abbasid, Ayyubid and Byzantines all have bonuses too. Prioritize the fastest available food first and only transition to farms when you have to. Number 11. Start each game with a plan. Go in with a goal. Rush, boom, fast castle. Having a strategy helps guide villager allocation, spec research and military production. Adapt if needed, but don't wing it aimlessly. Having a plan will set you up for victory. 12. Use rally points. Set your town centre and military building rally points to useful spots, like new villages to woodlines or units near the front. This keeps your production efficient and reduces micro. It also minimises idle time as new units will immediately go to where they are needed. You can use the shift key to set chained rally points, handy for buildings like the monastery so that you can rally a single monk to gather and deposit multiple relics. Number 13. Start learning hotkeys. Mouse clicking everything slows you down. Hotkeys let you manage your economy and army much faster. Start with the basics and just learn a couple at a time. Some particularly useful ones to prioritise are select all military production buildings, select town centre, select idle villages, and seek shelter. Few players know them all, so don't feel discouraged if you can only remember a couple at first. Just takes practice. Number 14. Learn the basic counters. Understanding the rock, paper, scissors of AOE IV is essential. If you use the wrong units, it can be as bad as throwing them away. The basics in feudal are spearmen beat cavalry, cavalry beat archers, and archers beat spearmen. It gets a little more complicated in Castle Age with the introduction of heavy units, but these basics should get you started. Always train the right unit for the enemy army, or mix them effectively. For a full rundown, see my counters videos, or spend some time browsing the explore pages on AOE IV World. Number 15. Watch your minimap. The minimap is your best friend. It shows enemy movement, resource points, relics, sacred sites, and much more. Try to get in the habit of glancing at it frequently to spot attacks or opportunities before it's too late. Checking your minimap also means you won't be relying on moving your camera as much, which frees up APM for more useful actions. 16. Prioritize Wheelbarrow. The amount of new players who ignore Wheelbarrow is astonishing. Wheelbarrow lets villagers carry more and move faster. It not only improves villager efficiency on every resource, but allows them to more easily get away from enemy units. Get it early in feudal to keep your economy sharp and help protect from raids. Number 17. Use outposts. Outposts provide vision, map control, and defense. Place them near your villages collecting map food, gold, at sacred sites, and around your base as it expands. Upgrading them with arrow slits or emplacements can also help fend off aggression. 18. Don't let villagers idle. Idle villagers equal wasted economy. Keep an eye on the idle villager UI and use the idle villager hotkey to constantly reassign them. If they finish a task or a resource runs out, get them back to work immediately. 19. Don't let military idle. Units sitting at your base aren't helping. They're as good as floated resources if you aren't actively using them. Send them out to scout, apply pressure, defend your villages or control the map. Even a small force can push your opponent to spend more on a response, which sets you up to get ahead. 20. Leverage your civilization's strengths. Every civ has unique mechanics. For example, the English have some of the best archers, French excel at cavalry, HRE get more from relics, and Byzantine cisterns give them an edge in eco. Learn your civ's bonuses and play to them. Don't try and force a strategy that doesn't fit. So those were my top 20 tips. There are dozens more which could have made the list, but in my opinion, these are the ones which usually have the greatest impact to low elo gameplay. I hope you've enjoyed, and maybe even learned something. See you on the next one.